Welcome back. You know, I hate to even say this because it's overused and can be a cliche, but in this case, it's the truth. This is the parent's worst nightmare, losing a child. It's something most believe they can never recover from. Our next guest is a world-class surgeon who is used to saving lives, but when tragedy struck his own life, he was forced to face something many of his patients have to face. And we welcome Dr. Hisashi Nakaido. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you coming to tell us about your work and your new book, Healing Hearts, that we'll talk about in just a moment. You lost your son to an accident when he was very young. Do you recover from that, or do you just learn to put one foot in front of the other again and move on?
Well, if I say that we would ever completely recover, and I don't think that is a truth, and we'll continue to live with a sadness of some sort all through our lives, but yet the life gets easier to live on, and also we are forced to learn how to live without that particular loved person.
I have young children, 9 and 12, and I really, I've thought about it. I don't know that I don't know, and you obviously had to face it, and it changed everything in your world, including your work as a surgeon. How did it change you as a surgeon?
I do heart surgery for babies and children, and then especially in my early days, when our level of medicine was not quite as it is today, and then so that we tend to have relatively frequent sad event.
Yeah.
And then each time that I used to tell the parents that I wish I can say,
I know
how you feel, but it is not true. But I never been in your position, so I don't really know. But
now you say it, and it's true.
Right after my son's death, and it is totally different now. Now I know, and then that developed a certain amount of camaraderie, or a sense of sharing something together. Joining rank and file, whatever you want to call it.
It's not a club you want to be in, but it's nice to have.
You're absolutely right.
That support. And that support and that camaraderie is somewhat what's behind your new book, Healing Hearts. The stories of 8 amazing women who figured out how to move on after losing children. Tell us how you came about writing this book.
Well, initially, but it all started out with my intense curiosity. You're seeing one mother who lost a child in our intensive care unit coming back to the Children's Medical Center and working as an interpreter.
So her child died there, and she came back and worked there?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I don't...
This was a very difficult for me to understand how this lady would come back to the place where she lost her own son and work daily, day in, day out. And how could that be? Then I observed another lady comes back as a nurse.
Wow.
And and then I see another person coming back as a volunteer. And then this was my intense curiosity.
Yeah, the common thread, they all came back to the facilities where their children had died, or otherwise in the medical field. Wow.
My wife even joked about it, that this is kind of turning into an obsession.
You had to figure them out.
But I didn't have any nerve to ask them questions of why do you do this? But after my son's death, when I was able to approach to them and ask questions, and that led to this particular book, and in a hope to send this message to everyone, of course, and if anyone who faced this similar sad event, or doesn't even need to be child, could be your loved one.
Any loss.
Any loss. They are beyond loss, suffering, and all the negative emotions we go through. But yet God has something better in the future. And then that promise, which only comes from the love and mercy of our God, and then we can believe in it, and then we can hope for it. And obviously, I have no intent to preach that to the people, and that's not really fair. But if they can glean out of the book that there is hope after the tragic loss.
Well, they're going to hear it from you in the book and from 8 amazing women who have been through something they never thought they could survive, and now they're thriving and serving others because of it. The book is Healing Hearts. And a book, you have a book signing?
Yes.
It is Saturday, April 20th at the Barnes & Noble on Northwest Highway. We'll get all this information for you.
It will be Sunday. They
move it?
I think that was some time ago.
August. Well, yeah,
upcoming one
Jolene.
Upcoming one is the Sunday, coming Sunday.
Okay.
They are at 2 o'clock in the Barnes & Noble at Northwest Highway, and just across the Northwest Highway from North Park.
And you'll be there?
I'll be there.
Great.
And then some mothers will be there too.
Wow. Thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. We'll get all this on the website. And if you'd like to read the book, we've set up a link on our page so you can download it. Just find it at dthebroadcast.tv and click on today's links.